What's up, guys, and welcome back to Average Takes.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
What's up, guys?
Super Bowl week. Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl.
What
Welcome
a tough
back.
question.
Average takes.
What a tough question. What a tough question.
Chiefs or
Average
Bucks?
Takes.
That's the question of the year, I guess.
We're
Chiefs or
coming
Bucks?
here bringing you some average content for the average man, brought to you by just a couple average guys. You know, Super
Three
Bowl
of
week.
us.
We're excited. This is a game that honestly, I don't care who wins. So these are my favorite type of Super Bowls. I have no heart in the game, and so I just get to enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the Super Bowl, the commercials, the halftime show. I get to enjoy all of it, like just as a fan of sports. And I love these type of Super Bowls, even though my favorite team's not in it. Hasn't been a long time, but we'll move on from that. Super Bowl week, Chiefs, Bucks, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, GOAT, baby GOAT, GOAT versus the
We are
King.
in for a show here with this game.
Yes, we are. Yes, you are, as the viewer.
Yeah, as a viewer. As a football fan, kind of too. You want to see this. You just want to see this quarterback matchup, and whoever wins, that will just be a lot of people's best ever, you know? That will just be
Tom
it.
Brady
This game will be it.
To Pat Mahomes. I'm done winning Super Bowls. Pat Mahomes, you're the winner now.
We're seeing two great talents. We talked about it on the previous podcast, setting up the Super Bowl. We have Tom Brady, who's the GOAT, 10 Super Bowls. This is his first time with the Bucks, his first year with the Bucks. Then you have the Chiefs, who are coming again for the second straight season. No team has gone back-to-back in a very, very long time in the NFL.
Since the 2003-2004 Tom Brady-led Patriots.
Yes, exactly.
That's why he's passing the torch, baby.
You know,
yes,
I'm
sir.
so excited.
Never twice, huh?
I can't stop smiling. I am so excited for the Super Bowl. I think we have the perfect matchup. The storyline is there. They played earlier this season, week 12, I believe, when it was a 3-point game. 27-24.
And
great
Tyreek
matchup before.
Hill had 9,000 yards in the first quarter, if you remember that game. And
if you also remember that
almost
game,
threw 500 yards.
If you also remember that game, Tony Romo predicted the Super Bowl matchup. He said we might be watching two teams here back in Tampa,
which I find a little fishy. That's pretty hard.
NFL's rigged.
Hey,
NFL's rigged.
That's a strong accusation, but I agree.
It definitely could be. I mean, if you look at it in hindsight, it's not the two best teams in the league.
Okay, but out of this whole year that 2020 was, and this year started in 2020, we didn't know if we were going to get a football season. And the best possible outcome happens in your biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
The most views you can possibly get to bring your revenue through the roof. You're not paying the weekend no money to host this halftime show.
No.
Everybody's watching the Super Bowl to watch the halftime show because that's all that matters. The Weeknd is about to put on a show. He's putting $7 million of his own money.
That's
wild.
Crazy.
That is wild. He wants you guys who wanted to see Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. He wants you guys to watch him.
He wants you to get.
He don't want you to care about the game. Hey, he wants you to
get the halftime show. All right,
blinded by the light.
We're here to talk about sports, football, and to kick it off, I wanted to go to Roman because he's been our avid Chiefs guy.
Yes, sir.
Seems like he's a fan at this point. Let's start it with you, Roman. How you feeling stepping into this week?
I'm feeling great, bro. I don't know. The Chiefs just won the Super Bowl last year. They have a lot of weapons. The mismatchups this game are crazy, but I don't think the Buccaneers have as great of a defense as the Falcons did. They held them to 20 points this year. The only team to do it. I don't think the Buccaneers have what the Falcons have, or the game plan to stop Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce like the Falcons did. Maybe they can look up that game to look and see what happened, try to copy and to do what they did, but I don't know. I think Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes are just too good over there, too good of a duo.
to counteract against your statement, the Chiefs are going in with the worst O line they've had all year. They have two guys who have one game at that position starting, and one guy who has literally zero snaps at left tackle, losing Eric Fisher last week. I think that's going to be the biggest part of this game is O line. As an offensive lineman myself, I think the game is won and lost in the trenches. Having a healthy O line is a key to Patrick Mahomes' success and his ability to run around and scramble and keep plays alive. And I think with the weak O line and how great this Bucks have played in the postseason, their defense, I should say, um, it's gonna be a great matchup and a great game. I think the Bucks defense, though, with Vita Vea coming back last week and playing unreal, having him step back in the defensive tackle spot, you have a lot of veterans on this
But
Bucks D
last
line.
year, if you remember, the 49ers also had a great D line. And what
But
Patrick
the
Mahomes
Chiefs
do?
had the best O line, it seemed like last year. They had all their guys, Steven Wisconsin or whatever his name is,
Yeah, but the D line
Eric
was still messing it
Fisher.
up. Patrick
You,
Mahomes was still running around like crazy.
but the talent is there. The guys who played time, have snaps, have game time.
Okay. All right,
You
Eric. I
lose
like
that.
this. I like this. Look,
I mean,
if we're gonna go with time, right? This is what comes to my mind. Experience, right? The Chiefs, most 75% of the Chiefs team has been to the Super Bowl, has a Super Bowl ring. They know this feeling. They know what it takes. The hardest part of going back to back is getting there. And the Chiefs, they did the hardest part. Now they have to finish it. But you also have the Bucks who have never been to the playoffs in a long time. Like Tom Brady has come into Tampa Bay and rejuvenized everything. You can tell Tom Brady changed the culture there. 100%. One person, one man did it. It was Tom Brady. And a lot of these guys, you don't know how they're going to react in their first Super Bowl. They could have jitters. They could mess up one play. They could not have a wrong snap. You don't know what's going through their mind. You're in the Super Bowl, the biggest game. All these guys dream of being here, and the Chiefs have that slight advantage of most of their coaching staff has been there. Most
and
of
they won.
their and they won. And they won.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Brady is the head coach. You can say he's the head coach of that Tampa Bay team. You can say he's been coaching up with Bruce Arians a lot. Yeah. But Bruce Arians, he hasn't been to a Super Bowl as a head coach. He has as a coordinator, but he hasn't been as a head coach yet. So it's gonna be a good game though. I'm still in between who I want to pick right now, but I like hearing what you guys have to say.
Andy Reid out-coached the 49ers head coach last year, and he could definitely out-coach Bruce Arians this
Bruce
year.
Arians is a little different than a young head coach over there, Kyle Shanahan. Bruce Arians is a veteran QB whisperer who's been in the league a very long time, worked with some of the greats, drafted Tyrann Mathieu, knows his game. Yeah. I love this matchup. I know we could sit here and argue this all day long. I mean, if you are a fan of football and watch this season, I bet you're going Chiefs just because of how explosive their offense is, the plays they run.
You can't guard it, bro. You can't guard it.
It's very hard to do. When the starters played this year, they only have one loss versus the Raiders, one close game versus the Falcons. They've played good football. Last year was insane game, them coming back after being down to win that game.
Don't be shocked either if the Bucks come out hot and the Chiefs slowly creep their way back in. That's just how they are. That's why when they played each other the first week or the first time when they Chiefs had shot off into 21-0 the first quarter, that was like, whoa, what is going on? This isn't normal Chiefs, but be careful. And I have also Patrick Mahomes has never lost by more than one possession in his whole career. So this game is going to be close. It's going to be really close by one possession. You can guarantee that. That's just Patrick Mahomes' way.
But you guys keep hyping up the Chiefs, but you could never count out Tom Brady. Tom Brady's been there before versus the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That big comeback. We all know how bad that they were down by, and for Tom Brady to lead that team. He has been here 10 times, guys. This man knows his ins and outs of football. He's probably one of the smartest players to ever play in this game, one of the best. We're literally watching our generation's Michael Jordan. And I am happy to say that I'm on his side of the spectrum this week. I want Bucks just because I don't like fairy tales and I don't think teams going back to back is
You don't like
fun.
fairy tales because the fairy tales never happened to you, buddy.
Yeah,
That's why you don't like fairy
not in this
tales.
sport.
Yeah.
You've
And
never read
You've
Peter
never
Pan?
witnessed a fairy tale.
not in this sport. And that's what I don't like to hear. I hate all the criticism people get for being winner and winning, and you know, it's easy to hate the good guys, and I think Tom Brady gets a lot of hate unless you're a fan of his. And
100%.
I just want Brady this year. I don't know why. It hurts me to say that, but I want him to win and walk away and enjoy.
He definitely would be the greatest ever if he wins this.
He's already the greatest ever. He has more
All right.
playoff wins than
But this will
double the next
solidify it.
guy. He has 33
Solidify it
playoff
No,
wins.
this if he
in
wins
all
the Super
sports
Bowl,
history.
there
He's
is
a
no more
sports
conversation.
legend.
No, there's just no more conversations. There's nothing else needs to be
6
said.
rings.
He proved everything, and he's already proved that. He's already done it, and then he goes to another league and proves it again.
Another
That's
team,
just a
yeah.
stamp right there. I've said it before as a stamp, but he has to do it. If he
Doesn't
comes
even
in here
have
and
to.
loses, if he comes here and loses, does that tarnish his
No.
legacy at all?
No.
At all?
No.
No.
No, he's 43 years old and just led this team who hasn't been in the
Hit-
playoffs
yeah.
in 13 years to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What if he throws 3 interceptions and has 100 yards?
He's
Still a
43
terrible
years
game.
old.
He's 43 years old.
I mean, what did Peyton Manning do when they won the Super Bowl? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And we see Tom Brady, who led the league in deep touchdowns this year, had a revitalizing career. It's
Okay, Tom
changing.
Brady. Tom
He ain't
Brady is
going anywhere
4-1 versus reigning Super Bowl champions, and his one loss was to Patrick Mahomes
this season.
this season.
But Patrick Mahomes only has 1 loss in the playoffs. And who's that against?
Who is it?
Tom
TB12.
Brady.
Okay.
TB12.
So what are we
Okay.
talking
Damn,
about?
But in Patrick Mahomes, 25 starts, he's 24-1, and his one loss was to Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
And how did Derek Carr and that Las Vegas Raiders team win? By
I don't know.
pressuring the quarterback and making Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable every play. They got to him and had guys in his face every play, and their offense played great that game. That's what this is going to have to be. If the Bucks want to win this week, you have to pressure Mahomes, get to him, and play perfect on offense, which we haven't really seen Tom do. And it doesn't look like he could continue to do that. I mean, this Chiefs defense, I think, is playing
he
better
hasn't.
than the Bucks.
I think you're right. The defense has carried this team throughout playoffs. Throughout playoffs, the defense has carried this team, which you need. That's what a team is.
Tom does every year. It seems.
I think Tom Brady.
His team.
Only way he wins this game. Only way he wins this game is if he controls the clock. You have to not give the Chiefs the ball. The Chiefs are gonna score with the ball no matter what. So you have to keep the ball in your hands, Brady. You need to run the clock.
Yes, but I agree with that.
It's over.
But if we look at the usage of the Chiefs playoffs and the Buccaneers playoffs, the Chiefs usage is Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. Okay, the Bucks have Leonard Fournette. Rojo has made 1 appearance in playoffs. AB has made 1 appearance. AB's gross, so he's not even worth anything. Mike Evans though and Chris Godwin. Look at the weapons that this team has.
Scotty Miller.
Yes, guys like Scotty Miller who catch touchdowns to end the first half that makes the Packers lose the game to clinch your way to the Super Bowl. Unheard of, And these guys, Tom Brady, he helps.
Tyrann Mathieu makes us a no-fly zone.
Tyrann Mathieu can only guard one guy. He can only guard one of those guys per play.
You're right.
This Bucks defense has been playing lights out, though. We saw an offense that's just as good as the Chiefs 2 weeks ago in the Packers, the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Really couldn't do a whole lot versus team. I know he had yards, and I mean his numbers
and
were
O-line.
there, but
and O-line.
and a better O-line than the Chiefs are going into this week. Like his O-line was still banged up, but it was better off. And they didn't play well versus defense. That's what we've been saying this all year in our podcast. Defense wins.
Defense wins games, yeah.
Defense
because
does
of
win.
how strong offenses are. Like, it's a generational offensive league right now. Passing the ball is crazy. You have to have a quarterback that could do it or you don't win.
Yep.
But what really wins games is a great fucking defense.
All right, here's my final thought before I make my decision, okay? The Chiefs only have a certain amount of weapons, but they have the knowledge and they have the just comfortability of being there, which you should not be comfortable being in the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs, I feel like, are comfortable being in the Super
100%
Bowl.
comfortable.
Comfortable being in the Super Bowl. The Bucks still have a little bit of that edge to be the first team to play in the Super Bowl in your home stadium, to be home team. Tom Brady, ring number 7. They have
that's
they're
too
wearing
much of a
white.
fairy tale.
They're wearing white, and the white people who wear white in the Super Bowl have won 13 of the last 16. But the Chiefs wore red last year and they won last year.
Took a dub.
So
all of that goes
crazy.
out the window. All of that goes out the window.
All of that goes out the window.
All of that
So
goes out the window, bro.
Here what it really comes down to. Who's playing on the field? Offense and defense, right? The Chiefs have a better offense. The Bucks have a better defense. Defense wins championships. I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers from the Tampa beaches in Florida. Go Bucks, go! Let's go!
I'm right there with you, Shenny, but I absolutely hate going against the Chiefs. And so I'm honestly, it's 51-49%. I want Bucks, but I will not be surprised if Chiefs just come out and make this a game where Tom has to try to come back.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to manhandle Tom because he knows how to, honestly, like Men in Black, zap him and forget about the last game. I swear to God, he throws an interception, comes back, touchdown. Like, it doesn't even matter.
I just think the Bucks are a little bit more hungrier. They're a little bit more hungrier.
I think you can't go Bucks here, bro. The Chiefs are the most fast-paced scoring offense ever. It doesn't matter if they're down. They could be down 2 touchdowns, bro. They will come back. This is a team that comes back no matter what. One thing I'd like to say
about the Chiefs is this is how dynasty starts. They're getting 3 straight championship appearances, 2 straight Super Bowls. If you win both, this is definitely how a dynasty, you will be talked forever, not just about one of the Super Bowls that happened like 10 years ago that no one remembers as big, People remember teams because of dynasties. If you look at other sports like the Warriors, the Giants of baseball, like those are dynasties because they win multiple championships in a short amount of time. And it's there. It's now at your fingertips to become the beginning of an absolute dynasty. Patrick Mahomes. If you're trying to catch Tom Brady, this is how you do it. You have to beat him. If you ever want to get onto that level, you have to win 2, honestly, in this league to be like a top quarterback right now.
To be somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard as it is to win 1, you got to win 2. And if he could do it this early to be the youngest quarterback to win MVP, career, 2 Super Bowls, like he's going to already put his name in the Hall of Fame in year 3, 4. Like it's crazy what this team has been doing. Andy Reid, oh my God, for you to get fired in Philly and picked up for the Chiefs, this is unreal, like dream scenario for him.
Let me give you a quick Andy Reid stat. Quick Andy Reid stat. Andy Reid is 26-5 in his career after a bye, including playoffs. He has won 7 straight of those after a bye. They had a bye last week. The numbers look really nice for this Chiefs. I'm just saying the numbers look nice.
2 week bye.
But you got to throw everything out the window with numbers wise. I think it just literally comes down to straight up offense versus defense. Just good old playing football. 100%. This is going to be a hard-fought game.
I think this is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes versus each other. This is a game where we're going to see.
No, I don't. I think it's Bruce Arians versus Andy Reid, bro. There's no chance this game is not win by coaching, bro. There's no chance. These teams are both going to go off their offense and their defense, but no matter what, there's
definitely a chance
the coaching in this game is going to take the toll, bro.
Okay, but honestly, think about it like this. Look, think about it like think about it like that.
Tom Brady. Or is it Bruce Arians and Tom Brady?
No, listen.
Andy Reid?
In the 50 years Tom Brady's been in the league, what do you think he hasn't seen? Defensive scheme wise, everything. What do you think he hasn't seen?
There's nothing.
I'm sure he's seen.
Bro.
I'm sure he's seen
hasn't
everything.
20 years
I'm
deep.
sure he's seen everything. So that's why it's so hard to just even game plan against. How can we disguise this? How can we? I'm sure he's seen it somehow. I'm sure he's seen it. Mahomes in that part, their offense isn't really structured. It's just run. I'm gonna throw you the ball. Run. I'm gonna throw you the ball.
Scramble. Get open. Get open.
So you can kind of scheme that. You can he hasn't seen the little bells and whistles that Bruce Arians could have that he had in his bag for 15 years.
Yeah.
He could bring those out. So that's what I just like the Bucks a little bit more,
This
That's
game
just what I'm going
to the trenches for me, and for the Chiefs offensive line to be so banged up and injured and hurt. I have to go Bucks and Tom Brady. And I don't like it. I will keep saying this because I don't want to go for the Chiefs, but I could definitely see them winning.
Yeah, I think this game is won by the coaches.
If you're not watching this game, what the hell are you doing on a Sunday? There was no football last week, and I almost
playing
died.
baseball. Playing baseball.
Going to church.
That's what you're doing.
That's the all-time bar right there. We could predict our scores. I think it's going to be a 31-30 game. Bang the over. I'm going Bucks by 1 point.
I'm going 35-27 Chiefs. Andy Reid's going to get a celebratory double-double after the game.
Ooh. You guys think there's no defense going to be played, huh?
It's a Super Bowl. You never know.
It's a Super Bowl, bro.
I think I'm going to go 28-24 Buccaneers.
I can't wait to be the only dub on this podcast, bro.
It'd be nice. It would be nice. I'd feel bad for myself and Bob, but
I feel bad because I always feel like I bet against the Chiefs and I lose because of it.
I just feel bad because I always bet against Tom Brady. I always bet against Tom Brady, and I lose. So this year in 2021, I'm flipping sides. I'm going Tom Brady.
But we all know what happens when you bet. We all know what happens when you bet. You lose.
Hey,
you lose, buddy.
You should be happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic right now.
Chiefs looking good.
I'm winning this, and I'm gonna be the only dub on the podcast.
Chiefs looking good right now.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This was a great
comment down
podcast.
below who you think who's gonna win.
Definitely comment down below who you think's gonna win. We're gonna shout you out on the next podcast if you get the score right. So comment who you win, and if you get the score right, we're gonna shout you out. So make sure those comments are full.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Also remember, these are just average takes. Just average.
Hey,
3 average guys bringing you average takes. Because that's what we are. Average takes.
Nothing wrong with being average.